Permission to board?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Hasta luego.
We're on the folks right now. This guy just like outside weather deck. Unfortunately, we can't see you guys inside of the boat, but I'll just explain what's in there. But right beneath us are 2 engines, and the galley.
Excuse me, Matt, can I go through?
Oh, yes, of course.
Sorry, guys. Thank you.
Jeff, you think we can split these 2 in half and you could fix them on that boat?
Those of you that want to join me on YP 698, come over now.
Yes.
Because we got a big old crew.
We do got a big old room.
What's up, dude? What are your guys' names? Huh? Davey? Silas? Okay. All right. What's up, guys? Hi there. So I'm Midshipman Second Class Jack Martin. I am the Midshipman XO aboard YP 691. This is our sister ship, YP 698. We departed from Annapolis yesterday and arrived here in Baltimore after a 4-hour transit up and around into the Chesapeake. Right now we're staying in what's called the fantail, the aft end of the ship. We're flying our national ensign that we raised up at 8 a.m. this morning for morning colors. Before we get started on the rest of the tour, do you guys have any questions about the boat or anything for me?
So for
Size engines for the boat? I honestly couldn't tell you. Diesel? Oh, they're diesel engines. They're diesel engines.
But no idea what the horsepower is.
I know what our power, our max speed, they can range between 15 to 18 knots depending on current. We don't push it to 18 usually, and we try and maintain a speed of about 15 knots underway because this ship is old. She was commissioned in 1984.
That's old. That's not old. 84 is still
and there's no direct route from Annapolis to here?
Yeah, we took a direct route from Annapolis straight up to Baltimore.
Oh, you don't have to go around the Bay Bridge Tunnel over the Chesapeake now?
No, so we came in with Annapolis, and that way we went all the way around in through the Chesapeake and took the long way around. So we passed by Fort McHenry as we came in and rendered honors as we passed her on our port.
very cool.
Yep, it's pretty neat. Oh, if you want to take a look on our starboard side, that's a bunch of our Coast Guard midshipmen. We don't like them. No, I'm kidding. They're aboard the Coast Guard cutter Eagle. If you haven't had a chance to check her out, I definitely highly recommend it. It's a cool old training tall ship that they have up in Newport, Rhode Island. But yeah, so this is, like I said, this is our fantail, the aft end of the ship. The YPs, this is a 676 class, commissioned in 1984. The newer 700 classes were commissioned in 1998. They're all broken right now, so we got assigned with the old boats.
Nice.
And we have a couple issues. Sometimes some AC units leak. We've been not taking on any water, but we've been having some issues in the heads and all that with water coming up back through the drains. So
That's fun.
temporarily, I got to shower right before the shower's all backed up. So our guys that haven't showered are inside and are not coming out until we get that fixed. But our Chang has been on it, and I think we're good to go. We're just gonna have him inspect it one more time, and that's it.
So no replacement for these boats?
What's What's up?
No replacement for these boats?
No, these are just training vessels, and yeah, the ones we have are all we got.
Okay.
We're gonna run them as long as we can, and I don't know if the Naval Academy superintendent will try and, you know, buy some new ones. I highly doubt it. We'll try and make these things last as long as we can until they become pieces of museum history, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna take you guys up the starboard side of this boat. If you want to follow me. So can everybody hear me in the back?
Yes.
All right, so to your right-hand side, just a little bit back by those windows and everything, that is what we call a classroom. That's where we'll muster for briefs, any trainings we have to do. If we take a casualty or have any sort of emergency situation, we do an emergency muster in there, and me as the XO, it's my job to get accountability and pass it off to one of our craft masters, otherwise known as the lieutenants, that are in charge of actually making sure we don't run aground or hit a buoy or anything like that. We haven't had to do that, but we've done extensive training on the Severn River with any sort of casualty we might take, just in the instance that we do take a casualty like that. We haven't had to deal with anything like that so far, and no YP has, so we're not trying to be the first. Right in here is one of our side hatches that goes, if you go down to below decks, that's where all of our midshipmen berthings and crew berthings are, in addition to our male and female heads, bathrooms. This is the first deck, and then second deck up above us we have the pilot house. So if you guys want to come over with me, I'll take you out to the forecastle and we'll see the forward end.
Hatch is waterproof. That's why it's like real steel and it's not just your regular door. When they close it, the water can get in. That way, if there are rough seas, this thing starts to move around.
And there's a ladder by the forward and the starboard ends of the ship.
This is how big, if there's an emergency, how they get out of there where they sleep.
Yep, this is right below here. This is not where I'm staying. I stay aboard YP 691, and I am in the back port compartment, but this is our largest berthing compartment. Here we have between 12 and 15 midshipmen will stay just below us. Yeah.
Where are all the flags for?
So these are what we call in the Navy up and overs. Whenever we render, or whenever we raise morning colors, which is every day at 8 a.m., we'll have these, they're kind of like, the line is slack, so it's down, and we'll attach the naval jack of the United States and the national ensign, the American flag, are down, and at 8 a.m. it'll be attention to colors. Hoist colors, you put them up quick, tie it off, and then you salute while we play the national anthem, and then you cut that salute and you go back at ease. So these are what you render whenever you're pulling into port, especially for a fleet week. When you're pulling into port, it's a naval tradition that you render all the colors, and it's all the flags that you'll see out at sea when, you know, occasionally raising one or such up. You can see that they're all connected whenever we have certain situations like, where is it? Here.
The only one that's twisted.
That's the wrong one. Okay. If you see something like that, if you see a blue flag with a white ball, that's what we call our Oscar flag. That stands for man overboard. Yeah, like there. So that's actually our pennant. But yeah, it's similar to that. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the aft
Down is what I was
end.
going.
Yeah. So that's the Oscar flag. So these are different flags that you'll see. We attach them all together and hoist them up whenever we pull into port. They're color up and overs. It's just kind of like to give a little fanfare and color to the ship, because it's kind of.
Do each flag have a different meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you
Name
what
them
all
off.
of them
Go.
are. It took me half my freshman year. They do mean things, and when somebody's raising a color, they're also transmitting something on VMS, voyage, or AIS, which goes to our VMS system, voyage management system. So if somebody is in a man overboard situation and you don't see the flag or recognize the flag, you pick up that contact, they are transmitting that they're in a man overboard situation.
Are there any
ma'am?
flags that are gifted?
Morning, ma'am.
Are there any flags that are gifted by other nations?
No, not specifically. So these are all nautical and navigational flags that we have. And that's part of just what we have to do if we had a certain situation. Like if you're doing diving operations, you have a man in the water, one of these flags means diving.
Sure.
I'm not really the best at telling you this. I'm a pilot, or I want to be a naval aviator, but I prefer to be in the air than on the water. That's personally my go-to. But yeah, so I can take you up to the second deck where we'll go to the pilot house and we'll see what we do when we stand watch. All right, sir, and then if you want to step into the pilot house for me.
Did you see that book? Somebody is reading Harry Potter.
The Sail250 Maryland Air Show, Baltimore Inner occur at various times in Inner Harbor. Safety zone. Visit channel 1062 or Alpha, frequency 157.1 megahertz, out.
The pilot house.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter, where do you go? Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah. Coolest part of the ship.
Go ahead and pop one in there. All right, so welcome to the pilot house. This is where we stand duty when underway. Currently, I'm standing CDO, Chief Duty Officer, which means I'm in charge of all the people coming in and out when in port. And we've got our tour guides. I'm actually giving one to you guys just because we've got so much foot traffic. And then we've got our brow watch. That's what stands and makes sure that everybody's good coming aboard and departing for Liberty or any community relations that we have. That's your place of duty. When underway, this is where we'll stand duty. So where you are right there, that's where the helmsman will stand, holding the wheel. That's what controls our rudder. Up here is where our lee helmsman stands, and he controls the engines. This is where our conning officer will stand, and he does any lookout for visuals when giving orders on the con. And we've got our officer of the deck who's maintaining and observing everything. And we'll have two lookouts at port and a starboard who are also using visual recognition to pick anything up. This is our radar section where we'll see anything that pops up on radar, both like if there's crab pots out in the bay, other contacts, shoal water, things like that. And specifically, what's even better is that's the nav station. So when I stand duty, I am the senior nav officer. I am responsible for maintaining we're on our charted course, that we avoid shoal water and don't run aground. Stay away from aids to navigation like buoys, that we're going through them and not at them. And also maintaining contacts that they may be seeing visually, but not 100% aware of their course. And if we're in a crossing or head-on situation, how to avoid that. And also, if we zoom out, we can pick up contacts that are using AIS and VMS to make sure that we're on our standard course and that our CPA, our closest point of approach, is not within about, we try and maintain a distance of a half mile, but we can be anywhere within 200 yards, 250 to stay safe. And then if you guys want to follow me, we'll go to just behind the pilot house.
Okay, calling the captain, that is.
Go ahead, your family's already gone, you're good.
So this is just the aft end of the second deck. What I call the pilot house. This boat, there's grabs rowing machines from the academy. When we're underway and guys want to work out or get the blood flowing, we have two rowers over there that we'll put up here, and guys will work out, do a little workout, and some guys will do push-ups, do some high-intensity interval training workouts up here just to keep busy when not on duty. That's basically it for the whole tour. Do you guys have any questions about the boat, any questions about the academy, anything specifically for me?
So you spend most of your time in that pilot house there because you being a pilot?
We stand 4-hour watches at a time when underway. So we're rotating constantly, 4 hours on, 8 hours on. And we rotate those 12-hour increments. increments. We go 4, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8. And so in a full day's work, you'll stand 8 hours of watch, and the rest will be fine. Just sitting. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks. Yes, I want to be a pilot.
How does that, what's that course?
So you have to take what's called the ASTP, Aviation Security Testing Pattern, which is basically it's a 3-part score testing you on navigation, pilot aptitude, and just general. Like,
We can walk ourselves out.
I'll escort you guys off. Just yeah. No, it's all good. We can talk when we go down.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. It did rain this morning, though, so we should make sure that things might be slick. If you guys want to take any pictures on the boat or of the boat when you're off, you're welcome to. Nothing's classified here. Hence, we're giving tours.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you guys can just follow me down the port side.
I was just there last weekend. I was there on Monday. I was in downtown Annapolis on Monday.
Thank you. I have one quick question.
Yeah.
Why the boat is not so stable? It's not bobbling like that? Like
Because we're all moored up, so these are what are called our slack lines, and we tie each boat to itself so that they're not separated.
yeah, because the platform is so stable.
Yeah. I don't
Thank you, sir.
No, it's cemented to the ground. It looks like it wasn't. It looked like it was.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.